Well, welcome back. 2002 Ford Ranger, rear-wheel drive, not four-wheel drive. Coil spring front suspension. Needs upper and lower ball joints. They're just wasted. And it needs new shocks. So I have some off the other side. This is kind of what the lower ball joints look like. They're just destroyed. Not much left of them. Uppers were not much better. Shock, well, you can see it's leaking for one. And when I took it out, I basically pushed it together, and it's been like that since I took it out about an hour ago. So they're bad. We're going to do all three. Clean the brakes up while we're in there because they're kind of rusty and probably need it. So we're just going to start this and see how it goes. All right, you can probably do this without taking the rotor and it's up on jack stands and the caliper off, but it makes it a little easier, and it's definitely easier to see. So I'm going to take both of these off. 13 millimeter, or 14 millimeter slide bolt. Set them aside. I tried to back this caliper off, and the other side was giving me the same kind of grief. It did not want to come off very easily at all. They're pretty rusty, so I'm gonna go through them anyway and just check them, test them out. But I know I had to get a pry bar on the other side to get them off of there. Do the same thing here. We'll just get a bigger pry bar. Just kind of push the piston back in a little bit. We should be able to just wiggle them off. Let me get a jack stand. I got a couple of jack stands. They're not too bad. The outside's got more than the inside, but that's pretty normal. See that all the time. I'm just going to hang the caliper on the jack stand over here. I can hang it up, but not really a lot to hang it off since I'm going to pull this on. The way to do these upper, and this is rear-wheel drive, as I said before. I don't believe on the four-wheel drive the ball joint's replaceable. You have to replace the whole arm. It is on these. So we're going to replace the ball joint. The bushings on the arm didn't look too bad on the other side. They looked like they were decent, so I'm going to leave them. Let me get these off of here. I'm not even going to mess with them. I'm going to torch them first and break them loose. The lower ones, obviously right here. The upper one's actually inside the arm, harder to get to. Rather than mess with it, I'm just going to heat the bolt. Should break some of this corrosion up, make it a little easier to get at them. What I'm trying to do is get that to expand and kind of break that bond, that corrosion bond. Get in a position here where I can. This is one of the things about not having a lift, where you can't really get it stuck sometimes. Like right now, like I can't really get at this how I want to get at it. That'll work. All right, let me see if I can get that. Oh, blinding you. Just flat out blinding you there. Get in a position here. Of course, it's in a position where I can't move. This is starting out really well, I gotta say. I got room in here though. Oh, that's tight. It's tight. There it goes. A little bit. Oh. Alright, got to move just a little. Oh, there it goes. But it is coming out. The other side's easier because you're actually pushing it down to loosen it. It's just easier to get on top of it and push down and come underneath it. Alright, takes care of that one. An 8 millimeter head here. I'm going to undo this ABS wire and unclip it from the rail up here. Hopefully you can see up that far. I think you can. Just to get it out of the way. You do not have to unbolt the actual ABS sensor because we're just going to set this aside. We're going to undo it, set it aside, but you do have to undo the line. So let me undo this line. Careful doing this. Usually when I say that I end up breaking it. Make sure I get good grip on it all the way on. Yeah, it's still pretty warm. Alright, and then just, yeah, careful, this one's not too bad. Don't snap it off. It's a real small bolt. There it is, just put that, now the line is loose, so I can get that just for now. I can just get that back out of the way, but I'm going to undo these two clips too, because I'm going to need to do that anyway. There's one. The other one here. I know you can't see it, it's just a plastic clip just fighting me. There's two. Get that loose so we have plenty of room. I don't want my face there. It's close. Rust and corrosion up there. I don't want it in my face. It's blowing chunks of rust off of there like crazy. Yeah, I dropped my light on me on the other side about 15 times. So that's not unexpected, honestly. Oh. Move this light, hang on. Man, I'm just fighting the light here. Go to the light. Poltergeist. There it goes. That's why I like heat. Alright. Careful, it's still going to be hot. I'm just telling you. I'll stick in the socket and leave it in there for a minute. Alright, bracket, we'll just set that aside. This rotor, so this is a, trying to get my lights out of the way, but it's kind of hard. You've got to take this end cap off to get that apart and undo the bearing. There we go, not too bad. Okay, it'll be messy. Cotter pin. Find my tools here. Ouch. Okay, stick that oil in right in the cap. Get your, well, I don't know what they call that, whatever it's called. These should just be hand tight. Should not be cranked up. So it should be pretty easy to just, yeah, break them loose like that. Grease in here, it's brown, and I think it might be moisture that got in here. It's kind of rusty a little bit, I think. Washer off of here. Set that in there. Yeah, it looks like there's moisture in there. There's grease, but the bearing didn't look bad on the other side. I don't know if that's got to be moisture corrosion. And then once you get that bearing out, just pull it out and set it aside. So somebody's been in there. It does have some decent looking grease in there. Just clean that off. Move that all over the place. We'll come in here with a piece of Scotch-Brite and clean that up. Doesn't look too bad. No, it's not too bad. It's actually not bad. Alright. I'm going to come up here. Hopefully you can see that right here. Pinch bolt. 15 millimeter, I think, on both sides. Back the nut off of that. Hold the bolt head. Go. Gonna leave that bolt in there for right now. Set that aside because I'm gonna go underneath this ball joint and get my flashlight and take a look here. I know you can't see, but very rusty looking cotter pin, extremely rusty. But maybe I can get it to move. I think think it moved actually. I reach in, grab the cotter pin. If it did move, I think it moved. Can I get it? Yeah, I think I can. Yep. Pull that out, straighten the end of it out, pull it out. Junk, trash. Now, I can undo that ball joint, one nut. All right, so underneath here, just kind of show you. That nut right there, that's I got a 24 millimeter, I'm gonna zip that off, and then we're gonna stick a pickle fork in there. We don't really care about the boot. The ball joint's getting replaced. If we cared about the boot, probably wouldn't use pickle fork because there's a good chance you're gonna damage the boot. Just stick a pickle fork in between the ball joint, right below the boot, drive it in. There it goes, just broke loose. This is being held right now by the upper bolt, pinch bolt, but the bottom is loose now. Let me get the pickle fork out of there. Take that pinch bolt out. Let me get another jack stand, which I have right here. We're just going to rotate this, set it on the jack stand. Let me clean my mess up here and get my parts organized somewhat. There it goes. It's coming up. Well, there you go. Pretty corroded, obviously. But let me undo the bottom again. Now, I'm just going to set this over. This is why I wanted this line loose. I'm going to take this over here, set it aside, out of the way. We're going to have to pull that arm. We're going to take this lower ball joint first. I'm going to take the snap ring off of there. Just clean some of the crud out. Otherwise you're going to try to push it through, and I don't really want to push that stuff through. Alright, get my ball joint press and get that set up. Pretty much it, not hard. Yeah, I have the cup that's big enough to go around the ball joint. It's got to fit in there. You can see this one's just utterly wasted. Moves right in front. It's going to be hard to show you this while I'm doing it. So there's a tab here on the inside and a tab here. I'm going to scribe around these tabs. You have to put you have to get an alignment done when this is done. But I'm going to scribe around them, and it's 21 millimeter. You can't turn this side, the side with the tab. It's a cam bolt. You got to turn the nut off the outside. But I'm going to scribe where these tabs are first. Mark them. So when I go put them back, I'm going to put them back right where they came off, so they're really close for alignment, and then and go to the alignment shop and get aligned. But let's unbolt this. Is 21, like I said, 21 millimeter nut on these things. All right, I'm just going to back these out now. Helps if I turn the camera on. Scribed them. I scribed them before I moved them. Probably didn't see that, but along the edge of this tab, I took a scribed on both sides, and then just back the outer nut off here. Kind of see what the tab looks like on these. They're connected, so you can't turn this side. All right, I'll tweak that arm right now. Its arm's out. So I'm gonna go press this out. I'm gonna shop. The best way is a shop press. I can do it with my ball joint press, and I will because I don't have a shop press. But if you're doing this yourself, you best pull the arm, take it to an auto parts store or a mechanic who's got a shop press. They'll press it right out for you, piece of cake. But I'm gonna go do that, and then I'm gonna put the new one in the same way. I'm not gonna show that; it's kind of hard to show. So you need either a ball joint press, and it's tough with a ball joint press, or a shop press, and that's a lot easier. And then we'll come back.